380. This drill is really simple. Two targets. It's 2 to the body, 2 to the head, with a reload in between. I've got a couple Charlies on the head, so we'll take a look at that. 380. Let's see if I can't get that focus. Sorry. It's a 108 draw. I really wanted to get my hits with a 32 split 108 to the head. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 20 split in the body, then a 27 transition to the head, and a 30 to take that second shot. The reload was 117, then an 18 split in the body, and a 28 transition to the head with a 32 split on the head. So, okay. So here's what we got over here. I got, looks like a Charlie on this one down here. That's gonna count. This one up here is gonna be an Alpha Charlie. So what we got here is, on the head is Alpha Charlie. Same kind of thing over there. And then I got my 2 Alphas over here on the body. So not horrible. The head is definitely tougher than you think you're aiming, and it's that little A box in the head. It takes a little bit longer to get your sight picture, and then when you think you're there, you're not quite there sometimes. So anyways, definitely a good discipline to dial you in and get you to go. It's like a fast slow. This was 7 yards on open paper, so not very difficult at all. But with the headshots in there, and then you got the reload to perform in between. It's just a good quick little drill that can tune you up before a match, kind of like what I'm doing. I'm just trying to stay on top of my fundamentals and not get too far. All my major matches are over for this year, and I don't think I shoot anything till April of next year, so I got a good while. But I'll just do little stuff like this, come out, spin 100 rounds, maybe 2 to keep these fresh, and then combine that with some at-home dry fire, just to keep my skills up and the fundamentals at least at a certain point, to where I don't have to really start over from scratch at the beginning of next year before I get into a major. So that's about off the rails for me. That's as fast as I can do all of that. And that was a 254, and actually hit paper. So you're going to see some bad shots. I have a delta on this left side. I think it's hard to tell. Like I said, it was off the rails, so I have 4 shots on each. I did definitely hit paper. I know that much. I had a delta and a Charlie high. And then over here I have 2 Charlies, 1 low, and then 1 over here to the left. Try this a couple times, but like I said, I'm just trying. This is just for show, just going off the rails to see how fast I can do the draw. Fire shots on 2 targets, reload, and fire 2 more shots on the same targets. Off the rails, just to see what I'm actually capable of doing and hitting paper. And then now we hone it in. And if you've watched my channel, if you watch any of my practices, I try to be careful. I try to push my limits and beyond, then reel it back to something that I can do consistently. And when I reel it back, after doing something like this a few times, I don't want to instill bad habits. I'm careful not to do that, or you're always riding that line. Am I creating bad habits, or am I pushing my limits further than they were before? So it's always, you've got to judge for yourself, because then I do this for a little bit, and then I reel it back. And I do this on most every drill I try to do. I push beyond my capabilities, and then when I dial it back to be consistent, all of a sudden I'm faster than I was before at my consistent level. Of course, that's it's a tangible skill, so it's something that deteriorates if you're not consistently doing things like this. So I don't recommend, be safe while doing it. Use your own judgment. We're big boys and girls, so definitely, be safe while doing it, and know your limits of your safe level of operating, and doing any fundamentals or any drills, anything of any kind. But definitely push past your limits, push past your comfort zone, and then dial it back. And this is just another example. It's a real simple drill, 2 targets. You can do it with one target. That's, you know, you can just do 2, reload 2, whatever you're doing. I just like to add a little bit of more complication, maybe a reload here and there, just to make my brain kind of freak out, you know, especially when I'm going at full speed or beyond what I'm capable of doing it consistent. So now I'll dial it back. So that was a 2-5-4. I'll run through it real quick. A 6-0 draw, and then a 16 split, an 18 transition from paper to paper, then a 14 split over there, a 9-5 reload. That was a good reload to my next shot, and then a 15 split, and then a 20 transition, and then a 16 split to finish. So a total of 2-5-4. So as far as speed wise, that's my max, and actually hit paper. I've done this a couple times already before. As you can see, I'm taping stuff up, and I did some other drills, but I was missing the paper on the transition over. I wasn't actually getting it there. So I still want to do it within actually, you know, some parameters of a guide, I guess, to where I want to actually still hit paper, but I'm accepting some deltas and some very, very rudimentary sight picture. It's more like, you know, point shooting almost, but I am at least seeing the dot on paper when I did this one, and dial it back a little bit to where it's still beyond what I would definitely do in a match. But if it was to save my life, those are hits on bodies, basically. So I'll take that. If I'm thinking around 3 seconds, or just, I think I can still do it under 3 seconds and get all alphas. So if you're talking about matter of time, that's not that much slower to get all alphas. But man, 1/10, 2/10 of taking off time, I mean, it's a lot going on. So don't be disappointed. You know, do work, see what you can do, and then dial it back and see if you've got a higher level of your ability to perform these fundamentals on any drill you do. All right. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, see what else is out there. There's all sorts of stuff. Some you like, some you won't. But check it out, and if you like it, subscribe. All right. I'll see you guys next time.